Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is April. I go by Ruby Rouge here on the YouTube, and today's video is an empties video, and yeah. Woo. So I quit doing empties videos on a regular monthly basis for lots of reasons. One being that I wasn't finishing enough product, and two, because nobody was watching them, and three, because I didn't have time to film them. So yeah, this is actually going to be just a body wash empties video, and it encompasses the last 8 months. Hold on, August 29th is when I filmed the last one. So September, October, November, December, January, February, March, 7.5-ish months. So to start things off, we have Lush Happy. This is a really nice scent. I think it's a little bit, I'm going to say citrusy and kind of sweet. I don't know how Lush actually describes it. Let's see. Citrusy of neroli, lemon, and orange. Yeah, that's exactly what it said. It's to wash away the winter blues. I really do enjoy the scent. It is brightening and a little bit perky. The formulation of the body wash is really nice too. I know like Lush is one of those companies that when you get products from Lush, they don't all have the same consistency. So just because you're buying another shower gel doesn't mean it has the same consistency or moisturizing benefits or anything as the last one. They kind of vary pretty significantly sometimes. But this one was really nice, and I felt like it was moisturizing enough. It wasn't it wasn't like scratchy. It was easy, had a nice lather. That's what I'm looking for. So I enjoyed this. Next, I don't have this because it dissolved. I had the Yog Nog Naked. Now it was from like Christmas ago, and I finally just got started using it. Well, no, it took me like 4 months or 5 months to use that thing. It was a minute. I don't even remember now. But regardless, I'm really disappointed that they actually got rid of the Naked products. That was the first time I had like taken the opportunity to actually use one and try it, and by this point they were already discontinued. I'm kind of disappointed. I don't know if they were all as good as the Yog Nog one, but I mean, it was great. It wasn't like I was thinking in my head, I'm like, oh god, it's gonna be a soap. It wasn't a soap. It was legitimately like the body wash, and it lasted forever. Like, I just understand it. Now that I was able to use it, I understand it a lot more. And I'm like, that's a great freaking idea. Like, I hope they bring it back. It's there's no packaging. Like, I absolutely love it. I'm really disappointed that I kind of missed an opportunity to support that project from Lush. I hope to see it again in the future because I really would be willing to try some more of those. Next up, we have Snow Fairy. This is a traditional body wash. Obviously, it has a plastic package. Snow Fairy is one of my favorite scents. It's a really easy scent. I love marzipan and what is Turkish? What's that? Turkish Delight. That's what it's called. I really like that kind of stuff on occasion, not all the time, but it's really sweet smelling, like that would be. But it's not strong. There's no like real strong smell to it, and I can appreciate that. Once again, it's moisturizing, nice formulation. This one I did not like, and I'm very glad for it to finally be gone. I love the scent of this. The scent of this absolutely was the reason I purchased it. I had purchased the rose before, didn't care much for that one, but I'm like, I liked it enough that I was willing to love this because the scent was so good. And I did. I liked it for a while, but dude, this bottle's too big. I was so sick of it by that time. Plus, it's not like a super moisturizing formula. It's one of those that's a little bit like scratchy feeling. It's just a little bit. It's not terrible, but it is just a little bit less than I would like silky smooth than I would like for it to be. So I was so glad for this to finally be gone. It took so long. I think I used this for the most of last year and finally just finished it off. So I did use some soaps that I no longer have because they were soaps and they dissolved. And I was able to use the Butterbear soap from Lush. I like that soap. It's very plain. It's very simple. It's comforting and soothing, and I just really like it, but it dissolves so quickly. Even if you try to keep it dry, that's the secret for some of these soaps. You got to keep them dry. You got to keep them in their dish, and it doesn't matter. Like Butterbear just seems to me, just every time I get it, it just dissolves. Like, too fast, and I like it, but that is annoying. And then the Satsuma soap. I really, really, really enjoyed the Satsuma soap. It's a Christmas soap, I believe. I believe they usually come out with some version of it over Christmas. I don't know. I hope so, because it was absolutely delicious and I loved it. The beginning of this video is kind of a Lush video. I'm just realizing that. Cookie dough, exfoliator. Hated this, and we'll just go ahead and talk about magic crystals at the same time, because yuck, I didn't like this one either. Love the way cookie dough smells. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's really nice. It's very sweet. If you're not into sweet, it almost has a little bit of a popcorny smell, but very, very sweet. And then magic crystal smells like toothpaste. So I would consider this like probably like peppermint plus spearmint plus some like vanilla or something. It's got something else in there that kind of gives it, softens the mintiness a little bit. But it's, I love the scents of both of these. Unfortunately, the scrubs, they just dissolve. So you go to put them on and they just like dissolve. And then I tried to use them on drier skin and it didn't really work either. So I'm not sure. I never did really figure out a good way to use these as an exfoliator. They were almost more like just body washes. So yeah, wasn't a fan of those. Next up we have lotion. What are we looking for? Once Upon a Time. This is a really interesting scent from Lush. It does have a nice scent of apple in there. I can't remember if this one's a Christmas one as well. It does have a nice scent of apple, but it also has what I've called, since I was like a little girl, tissues and lotion. It was a scent I normally associated with more elderly, like my grandmothers or my great-grandmothers. Not in a derogatory way, just, I don't know, they all kind of smelled that same way. I don't know what it was. But yeah, so it smells like apples plus that. Not a bad scent, just kind of a departure from Lush, maybe a little bit less complex than some of their other scents, which might be a nice break for a lot of people. But the body lotion was amazing. Sometimes with Lush, it's starting to be about 50-50 the more lotions I try, but sometimes with Lush, they are just too oily, too heavy, too yucky. You don't feel good when you have them on. They get on your clothes. That's with all natural oil-based body lotions. This one actually absorbed into the skin pretty well. It didn't have any of that yuckiness, none of the hot, sticky, oily, none of that. Never, and I never noticed it on my clothes, which is a big plus. Another really nice one from Lush is the body conditioner. Same problem happens there. This one is this one an in-shower body conditioner? I can't remember. Yes, in-shower body conditioner. So no, these are actually some of my favorite lotions from Lush, because the, I don't know if this is in shower or not. Yes, in shower. So these are actually some of my favorite, because you do rinse them off in the shower, so you don't get that heavy, oily feeling that can sometimes happen with Lush or natural moisturizers. The problem with, and they're still very moisturizing. I still find them to be really moisturizing, the same scent as I've already described. Enjoyed that. One more body conditioner that I have is the Yog Nog scent. So I had the whole Yog Nog collection. It's a scent that I really like. I don't think that I described it. It's like a burnt caramel plus vanilla. It's a very gourmand scent, kind of rich, and yeah, it's very wintry and fall. So really enjoyed that. Maple syrup. It has maple syrup in it. You know, when you just recorded a whole video and you never hit record, I just did that. I had to change, it wasn't the whole video, but I had to change the battery pack. And so I kind of know where I left off, so let's go. That sucks. Really, really sucks. Okay, I think that I was here. Yog Nog Body Milk. I just finished this off and I was really, really disappointed, because I'm doing this video and I'm like so excited about this product. It was amazing and wonderful, and I go to Lush and I'm like looking up the deets on body milks and what other scents they make. None. This is my favorite lotion from Lush ever, and it's not there anymore. I don't know if they've discontinued it, if this was like an experimental thing and they only made this one scent, or if it was just for Christmas. This was great. It was like perfect. It absorbed really quickly into the skin. It was very moisturizing, no nastiness, no oiliness, and it was great. I am so disappointed that the body milks aren't a thing. Nivea Skin Firming. This is something I have raved about on my channel for a very, very, very long time. It really works for me. I don't know if it's just my skin tone or my skin, but it's worked for me for a very long time. I can always tell a difference when I'm using this. It's the smoothness of my skin. Yeah, I really like this. It's something I will continue to repurchase. It's incredibly inexpensive. I mean, roughly, I don't know. That was about $8 to $10? So yeah, not bad. Definitely drugstore. It does not smell the best. So what I do on the recommendation of one of you guys actually many years ago, I mix these guys with it. So I typically get these Bath & Body Works lotions. People will gift them to me, or I get those coupons where you get a free lotion. And I will mix these in a container with my Nivea Skin Firming Lotion, and I love it. So this one mixed really well, Vanilla Bean Noel. I know this is a big fan favorite for a lot of you guys. And then I have the Marshmallow Pumpkin Latte. This is a little more my speed. Of course I dropped something. This is a little more my speed, but I really love pumpkin. So I liked pumpkin before Becky liked pumpkin. Or does Becky have the good hair? So what, I liked pumpkin before Karen liked pumpkin? I don't know. I liked pumpkin I was first. It was me. So yeah. And I'm probably still gonna like pumpkin even when it's not cool to like pumpkin anymore. Cetaphil Intensive Moisturizing Cream. This was okay. I feel like Cetaphil is one of those like workhorse brands you just buy when you need a product that kind of works and that you can kind of depend on to just do what it says it's going to do. I think it's one of those brands. It's very plain, very uninteresting, but it was an intensive moisturizing cream, and that's exactly what it was. It's also somewhat affordable. Cetaphil is kind of expensive. Okay, next up we have Lush Shimmer Bar, which I no longer have. I threw away. I used for over a year and it was still existing, and I would never buy one again. I just didn't feel like it was like super necessary, and it's not like really anything that I needed. It left me real shimmery and pretty. I used it all the time, and after I used it for like a year, I'm like, this thing has to be getting gross, right? Because I was like using it every day. I can't believe it lasted that long. But that's what happened, and now it's in the trash and I don't have it anymore. Next up, I'm so confused because I'm like, I just did that, and then I'm like, yeah, but you didn't record it. Careline. This is something that my grandma gave me. I'm assuming it probably came from like a hotel or maybe even like the hospital or something, but man, this was really good hand cream, and that's the reason and I even bothered to put it in the video because it's like perfectly balanced. So if you ever see this, or if you ever get a travel of it, just grab it, take it, it's yours, it's good. It's perfectly balanced between really comfortable, and you can wear it and it absorbs and you can just immediately go on and live your life, and it's still really moisturizing. So I really appreciate that. Mary Kay Satin Hands. This was in a project. We have It took me a long time to use this, but this is one that's more like a petroleum jelly that you are going to definitely have to wear gloves with, something to put over it, because it is like thick and balmy, but it's very effective. I have like dermatitis on my hands and I overwash my hands, so yeah, it's not a good combination, but yeah, this works really well. Soap and Glory Hill Genius. This was like, didn't wow me. It's an AHA foot cream. It's got a little bit of exfoliation in it, which is lovely and nice. This didn't wow me, but it definitely wasn't bad. I don't know if I would repurchase it again if I needed it and it was there. I immediately after I finished this, I went to try something else because I just wasn't like super wowed or feel like I need to purchase this. Next we have these Epielle foot masks. These were gifted to me and I appreciate the gift, and it was really, really fun for me to try, and I like stuff like this as gifts, obviously. But not something I would purchase for two reasons. One, I can't imagine that these were biodegradable. They were just plastic. So I'm assuming that that's pretty wasteful. And two, because they took 20 minutes. So it was me sitting there for 20 minutes with just these random booties on my feet, and they didn't really do anything different than just a heavy moisturizer and a pair of socks. So for that reason, not something, or for those reasons, not something that I would repurchase. I had a bath bomb from Lush and it was nice and I used it. I liked it. It was good. But I do think that Lush bath bombs are kind of overpriced. So I've just started using Epsom salts as my go-to for bathing. I did tell myself that I'm no longer allowed to keep the Epsom salt empties because they make a mess. You get salt everywhere. There's no way to get all the salt out and you just spill salt everywhere. So I'm not keeping those anymore. I'll put some pictures up of my 2 favorites. These are the ones that I buy all the time. I mix them together to kind of customize my own scent. But yeah, I love Epsom salts. That's my go-to. I think they're just as good or better than a Lush bath. Not quite as glittery or as exciting, but you don't get any like any of that stuff, but still good. Okay, and the last products that I have, I hope I got everything, but I have the Sol de Janeiro Terrosa. Love the scent. I feel like most people, or not most people, but a lot of people really, really love the Boom Boom Cream scent. This is that pistachio, caramel, vanilla, yummy, yummy goodness. I was so excited about this, and then I used it, and it just like didn't last. Like I could smell it for like 5 minutes, and it was gone. I am curious because I have had the experience that sometimes these little guys in this, for whatever reason, they just don't last as well. I have had that experience before, so I'm really curious if you do have the full size of this, does it stick around or does it just disappear? Because I love it and I would be interested in purchasing that product, but I'm not going to buy it if it's pointless. Pointless. And then lastly, I have this EOS Shave Cream. EOS is a brand, used to be my favorite shave cream. Now I have replaced that with Cremo. I love the Cremo shave creams. This was in my travel bag. I buy these because EOS does a travel size. I wish Cremo would, but I still like the EOS. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the EOS. It's just the Cremo's a little bit better. Alright guys, that is my empties video. I'm like super hoping that I actually filmed it, and I hope I didn't forget anything and the rehashing there. All right, so thank you guys so much for hanging out, stopping by, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.